Cheers, VC, what's going on? It's LJ. Wow, where does 5 days go? Seriously, it's crazy. I feel like I just shot a video. This video, though, unlike my last couple, is not a cassette update, although I do have to warn you, one is coming, because they just keep turning up. But that's not what this one is about. Heads up, though, for those that do enjoy it, there's another one coming up. Just some killer stuff keeps showing up. Background, this is actually a CD. This is State Line Mob, Ruckus. This is just an excellent Southern rock CD. This came out in 2008, I believe, 2009. And these were only available on the band's website for a long time. These guys are great. I've spoken to them both. Fantastic people. I think they're making them available every now and then on eBay. It's not on vinyl, but you can get it on their website, statelinemobmusic.com, I believe. Very, very good CD. So, this is back to vinyl. Ta-da! Easy to handle. I won't drop them. They don't spill and crash. And this is a stack of hard rock and heavy metal finds within the last, I don't know, call it 6 weeks. Some really cool stuff. I do have more, but I thought I would spike it out and kind of make like a second update maybe tomorrow night or on the next night for things like, there's some cool like post-punk and, man, I don't like that term, synth-pop, new wave, and in jazz and stuff. But this is more on the heavy stuff, so let's just get rolling. You know, before I get going, new subscribers, thank you. I always say that at the end of the video, but thank you all so much. Everybody that's subscribed, that's new, really dig it, really appreciate it. And the folks that have just been around or stay around, thank y'all so much too, because, you know, that's why I do this. That's why I keep making videos. That's why I keep coming back. It's the opportunity to interact with y'all and in comment, and that's what makes it worth it. And I'll keep doing it. Last man standing, no question about it. You know, we all know the Facebook thing ain't for me, and that's not going to change. Just right here at home on YouTube. So let's keep rocking and let's doing it. Doro, force majeure. Okay, Lita Ford or Doro? Lita Ford or Doro? Doro every time. Force majeure. This is from '89. And it's stamped German all over it, but it is a US press. Great album. This is on Mercury. Like Warlock, it took a while to get the Warlock albums on vinyl, and Doro just doesn't show up often either. But it's funny because this says Doro featuring Warlock. So this is, I believe this is her first one out of the gate as a solo album. This is a gold stamp promo though, and it's just in gorgeous, gorgeous shape. I never see Doro show up. You gotta jump when you find it. Plug-in holes in the metal collection, and that's it's going to be one of the goals this year. Here's Riot, Restless Breed. This is one I just haven't had on vinyl forever. Nothing too interesting, just standard electro label from the 80s. But wow, what an awesome album, man. I love, 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 love Restless Breed. Anything early Riot is great stuff, and this is Rhett Forrester now stepping in. Great stuff. Here's one I got a lot of comments on from it being in the background. This is Megadeth's Super Collider. Let's break down and spend a minute here. Megadeth, easily one of my favorite bands. One of my favorite bands. And when I knew they had a new album coming out, it was a no-brainer. So let's talk packaging. Here is the insert that comes with it. Definitely not something you see all the time these days. There's your insert, and it's also a gatefold. Fantastic stuff. The only one complaint, I guess, I could put out is it's not 180 gram vinyl, but to be honest with you, neither are 5,000 of the records I have from the 70s. So 180 gram vinyl is nice, and I think it's just something we've all gotten used to. I like it too. I mean, it feels like a quality tangible object in your hands, but it's not necessary to replicate good sound. Just something to bear in mind, food for thought. So I don't want to bash it too hard on that. But what I will say is, Megadeth can do no wrong for me. I love Megadeth to death. To Megadeth. Super Collider is fantastic. Where does it fit sequentially? It's not Peace Health But Who's Buying, but I got news for anybody that is going to compare it to that. It's not 1986 anymore either. This fits for me after Euthanasia and Cryptic Writings. Somewhere in between those two. It's not as poppy as Risk, so it's somewhere in between there. It's not as hard as Peace Cells or as thrashy, but it's not supposed to be. Melodic is all hell. Great album. The lead-off track, Super Collider, is just stellar. Definitely not one to miss. Even if it's only a CD, do yourself a favor and get it. Dave and crew, man, the band that used to try to keep up with Metallica is miles past them. Metallica, I mean, I love you guys, but really, you're back there in the dust. Mustaine and company have taken the torch and just taken off. One of the two is still going strong and still putting out consistently good material, and it's Megadeth. And if that pisses anyone off, it is what it is. Stop and think about it before you comment, and the quality of the releases in the last decade, Megadeth really is the consistent one. Moving on. Skinner, 1991. I've been looking for this forever. This is just one of those harder Skinner albums to find, and it ain't nothing but a raucous southern rock good time. Just standard Atlantic release, but being from 1991, yeah, hence the title of the album. It's just one of those ones that's harder to find, and it's been one that it's been a long time, years since I've been able to track down a well-priced or reasonably priced copy in great shape. And this one showed up, and I just could not turn it down. Here's a grail. Bear with me, stay with me. Saxon, live, Eagle Overwalking. Oh man, when I found out this was coming out, I was one psyched LJ. Let me make sure nothing's gonna fall out. So here is Heavy Metal Thunder, live, Eagle Overwalking. This is a fan's choice set list. Punk Texas, are you watching? Do you have this yet? So this is a 3 LP set. It's not a gatefold. They're actually all in the same sleeve. But I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. Really well done. Here's the inner sleeves. 1, 2, and 3 for 3 LPs. And it is 180 gram vinyl. And man, does this sound awesome. Here's the labels. This was really difficult to track down. I can't say for sure I think it got a US release. I don't believe it did. This is an import from Germany. But just, I knew it was out, and I haven't even grabbed the CD yet. I've listened to quite a bit of it online. And I want to definitely eventually grab the CD. But I really wanted the vinyl first, and that became just mission number 1, was to grab this on vinyl, especially knowing that it was only an import, so I could not be happier. Oh, this sounds amazing, and they just rip. I mean, how many tracks do we have there? 22 tracks, and the band just, like, they dominate. This thing kills. Amazing album, definitely worth the pickup. Here's another one real quick. This was great. This was a birthday gift. My mom grabbed this for me. Here's Black Sabbath Paranoid picture disc. A nice one to add to the collection. I did listen to it, and I have to be honest with you, it sounds pretty good. I mean, it's not as crisp or sharp as a 180 gram remaster, but still, such a cool one to have in the collection, and I've never seen that before. We can rip through these. Some hard rock. Here's a great early copy of Rush's debut. I have 2 other copies of this, but they're all different. And this one, besides being early and what are those buildings? I'm just kidding, the Chicago Mercury label. This is a Gilbert Kong master disc pressing. And for those that collect Rush or look for different pressings, know what I'm talking about with that. What does it mean? It means it sounds amazing. And it totally sounds amazing. Awesome album. Couldn't pass it up. And couldn't pass up another copy of Kiss Alive. Again, yes, I have a few copies of this already. But this, besides being in really, really nice shape, being complete with the book, having only minimal ringwear on the cover, it wasn't really about that with this. What it was about is it being first pressing on the Blue Casablanca label, which I did not have. I have a couple of later pressings of this, and they're in really nice shape. But just to find an original pressing on that early Blue Capital label, man, they don't turn up often enough. I just saw Stringchild Dale show a red vinyl copy of this, and I had just picked this up when Dale showed that. Dale Stringchild 1, if you haven't checked out his channel. Dale, I love Dale, such a good guy. So I had just found this, and then Dale held up a copy, said, hey, I found another copy of Alive, and it was red vinyl. And it just instantly made me feel like crap about my first pressing. He didn't mean it. Here's Sweets. Give us a wink. I never find Sweet in the wild, so to find this one in near mint shape was just awesome. And then Sweet, just, this is from 76. Absolutely stellar 70s hard rock. Great stuff. This I've been looking for forever. This has been one of the only UFO albums that I've been missing, and it's a phenomenon. I was finally able to track down a near mint. It's a later press on the Blue Chrysalis label. None of that mattered because this, for me, is one of UFO's absolute best albums. I think a lot of people that like UFO would agree. And it's also the trickiest UFO album of the classic catalog to find for some reason and find in good shape. So I was stoked when this turned up. I could not wait to grab it. I mean, I pulled the vinyl, I was like, it's bad, right? It was gorgeous. Awesome ad. Another quick UFO. This is an upgrade of Force It. I had a copy of this, but it had some hairlines on it, and this one, same deal, same bin, and just in near mint shape. So I had to grab it while I was there. This was a great find. Here's an original near mint copy on Megaforce of Anthrax, Armed and Dangerous. I didn't have this on vinyl. When I saw this, I had to jump all over it. There's just the killer original Megaforce labels. This is the kind of metal that just doesn't show up anymore. You'll find things like Autograph and stuff like that crop up, and even Metallica to some degree. But the early Megaforce stuff and Metal Blade stuff is just getting so rare and so pricey that when it turns up and it's reasonable, you have got to grab it. This is just a killer album. I mean, this is where it all started. I mean, for God's sake, Scott Ian still has hair. It's just, oh, awesome. This one is excellent. Here's Man of War Battle Hymns. And this was actually a trade with Ed Stevens over in the Vinyl Zone. There's Ed rocking out in the Vinyl Zone. What's going on, Ed? Ed had played this in the Vinyl Zone on an episode once, and I sent him a quick PM and said, you know, Ed, if you don't dig it, trade it to me. Because I wasn't sure. I wasn't getting the feeling he dug it. It's on Liberty. It's in great shape. I asked Ed what he was looking for. He mentioned he was looking for a little Ozzy. I had a couple extra Ozzy albums, so he was looking for the Ultimate Sin. I had a near mint duplicate. Off it went, and here this came. And Ed's happy. I'm happy. And if you haven't checked out Ed Stevens over in the Vinyl Zone, make sure you get your butt over there and check it out. He is just the man who coasts with the most, and that was an awesome album. I only have a few left here. Here's Riot's Born in America. Again, plug and hold. Riot's Restless Breed and Riot's Born in America. Fantastic album. This is 1983, so either right before or right after Restless Breed. It's on Quality Records, which I thought was pretty cool. Anyone else out there that has this, let me know if yours is on Quality or not. I was expecting it to be on Elektra. Regardless, killer album. Here's another grail. I'll call it a grail. There's 3 left here. Here is the Scorpions' Crazy World. This is another one that's later. It's from 1990 that I've been tracking down forever. Here's the original inner sleeve. And just because it being 1990, it's just nothing special. It's just a regular Black Mercury label. But again, just the period that it's from, 1990, it took so long to find in nice shape for a reasonable price, but I couldn't be happier to have it in the collection. You know, Wind of Change, take it or leave it, but the rest of the album is stellar, and I'm just super thrilled to have this in the collection. 2 more to go. First is Udo's Animal House. I showed this in a cassette update, and I was just stoked to have gotten it there, and I mentioned it was going to be next on vinyl. So here it is. Definitely want to pump up the Udo collection and finish it off. So here is Animal House. This is 1987. What an epic metal album. Man, Udo. What can't that boy do? Killer stuff. And there's one left. Again, plug and hold. Saxon's Rock the Nations. Another Saxon LP. This showed up for a great price. It was one I didn't have. It's just the Color Band Capital label. This is from 86. But definitely a cool label in that the band's logo is on it. Very, very, very cool edition. Again, when it's one that you don't have, and I'll show you the cover here quick before we cut this, but just another ad. That was one of the only Saxon albums that I was missing up until some of the stuff that they put out in the 90s and early 2000s, which I still need to grab. But that is it. Again, you've been jamming the State Line Mob Ruckus, and those are the metal and hard rock finds for the last 4 or 6 weeks or so. There'll be another video coming. I hope everyone out there is doing great. If you're still watching this, thanks for hanging in there and checking it out. No crazy Ferris Bueller ending on this one. Just a big thank you to everyone for subscribing, for staying subscribed and staying connected. You know I love you guys. Take care, everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.